All right. Hello, this is David Dean, and welcome to the Goblin Cafe. We're playing Dungeons and Dragons in space. Yes, we're playing D&D Spelljammer. Please like and subscribe if you enjoy what we're doing here and help spread the word about the channel. Any questions or comments are greatly appreciated. And Kimberly, do you want to do a recap of last time?
Oh boy, that was a couple of weeks ago now, right? What did we do?
There were space sharks.
There were space sharks.
There were so many space sharks.
Yeah,
there were space sharks.
Maurice got eaten very briefly and then just sort of hung out there, and Tinkerdeath saved him. I don't remember very much beyond that.
We got the Stardock.
We did.
Yes. Yeah, we delivered that. They want to work with us again. They really don't want us exploring. And then we continued on our way.
Yeah. And you did find out the crates belong to the crew of the Golden Goose.
Yep.
Yeah, we felt a bit bad about that. Yeah. I was glad that we had negotiated for more money. Because originally it was just 10 grand, but Scrimshaw totally negotiated for higher.
A little bit more. But all right, yeah. You everybody gets one re-roll. And you were sailing out. The last thing you had rolled a 20, so you saw the space whales once again, Kandari. Yay. And was there anything else you wanted to do on the ship before you get into sight of Chirp's and Flo's home?
We are long resting, right?
Yep.
Oh, right.
What kind of a place is Chirp's home? Chirp? I say as I prepare my spells.
That's a really good question, actually.
Wow. Chirp is like the whole time, like the closer we get, Chirp is getting more and more like anxious and nervous. Like she left on strange terms, but good terms. Like, she gets along with most of her siblings and her mom and stuff, and it's all good. But she's like, there's a lot of like really strict, like a lot of pomp and circumstance, a lot of like etiquettes and like fancy things. And she just kind of like describes like things being like very like princessy and fancy. And she's like, there's a lot of like crystals and diamonds everywhere. It's very sparkly and shiny. And my mom is she's just the best. And like she's like really like anxious about the whole thing. She's like, I hope my mom likes my friends, but like internal. But then sometimes it comes external because she speaks to everybody with her inside mind voice.
And I'll say you're a few miles out, but you start seeing the asteroid that Katal, that she will point out on the sunny side of it, is just entirely covered by rock crystals. I kept trying to make an asteroid that looked like that, but it always stopped looking like an asteroid, so I just put a few bands of crystal in there. But you do see while there's a lot of craters, there seems to be 3 holes coming out of it that are surrounded by crystals, and those have that iridescent kind of light coming from it that gets stronger and bolder as there's some meeting between the 3 of them. And
Flo, can you see your house from here?
What's that?
Flo, can you see your house from here?
It's so pretty. You recognize all these crystals?
Yep. And Chirp will let you know that side always faces the sun. And then you have the dark side of the asteroid. And she might point out that that's where there was gray dwarves, supposedly. And the day she got kidnapped, she was on her way to try to meet with them. And about this hole down here, this crater down here, it actually goes into the asteroid, and that's where the gray dwarves seem to be making camp.
And Flo, you're from the inside of the asteroid.
Yep.
Okay.
Not as fancy as Chirp described, but lots of pretty crystals everywhere. And lots of really cool monsters to fight.
Poisonous monsters? Should I prepare?
Didn't worry about poison too much, to be honest.
Okay.
Fair.
Just making sure.
And
have resistance.
both of you would have contact with the mushroom people who live also inside the asteroid.
Yes. Yes.
But,
Tinker Dust, because she's hearing about, okay, you're telling her like glitter and sparkles. She's like down with this. So what she's gonna be doing, because she doesn't need too much rest during the long rest, she's gonna take those silk kimonos. My silk kimono still has mind sharpener unless you're taking that away, Scrimshaw.
No, you can keep it.
Okay. So, but I'm gonna start bedazzling the kimonos. So like adding little like rhinestones, and like they're not fancy. They're like glue guns, sort of. But with the movement, it actually looks very beautiful. So as long as you don't like look too closely, because her robot fingers are like fairly fine. Like I think she's got like some tweezers and stuff, but the glue is like a little goopy because she probably just borrowed it from Zebo. So it's probably like goo stuff, like shoe goo or something. So it's thicker, more industrial uses. So she's going to present so Tinker Dust is going to run around and present the party with these bedazzled kimonos, which now have rhinestones on them.
Okay.
Hopefully you're okay with that, everyone.
I'll have to be.
And I'm going to help Chirp put it on.
Can we cut extra holes for my extra arms?
Yes,
Yep.
100%. Yep.
You need extra wraps.
I'm gonna take off the Cure Wounds tattoo from Maurice and make a lantern of revealing, because we're going inside of caves, so I figure I might have a lantern anyway, just in cases.
Very cool.
All right.
Fair, but still sad. He looks so good with the tattoo.
He does. Well,
Tinker Dust pulls out a Sharpie. She's like, we can draw one. Sharpie tattoos.
I'll look to Maurice and see how he feels about that.
You know
I
what
think
he
just
really
likes the
needs?
attention.
Yeah, he needs like angry eyebrows drawn on. Like, like angry eyebrows on babies. She's like, we should make Maurice look fierce.
Yeah, a little goatee.
Yeah.
Pencil, mustache.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Oh, evil Maurice.
I won't do any of that if the captain tells me not to, but if she permits it, I'll put little evil eyebrows on Maurice.
I think she draws the line at the eyebrows and whatnot, but like tattoos, Sharpie tattoos.
Okay. I draw a tattoo on his side.
All right. And you do see several ships flying around the asteroid. 2 of them sit still down here. And then the other 3 are flying about.
Do I recognize any of them?
No, you never really saw any ships come close to the asteroid before your encounter.
Uh-oh.
Do we recognize them? Because we know that they were actually like building a fleet to invade.
Yeah. Well, you do have a now I just forgot. Telescope pirate spyglass. There. Thank you. So you can look at if you want to use the spyglass, you can look and try to get a better which one are you looking at?
Sorry, where were they again? I'm just looking at I need to zoom out more. Okay, all these little buddies. Okay, so there's 1, 2, 3, there's 5.
Yep.
I'm gonna look at the one that's like close. I would like to look at the one that's like closest to the sparkly place where the sun is. Like I guess like the top
that one?
right.
All right.
Yeah.
Control.
You want me to roll something?
That is a lamprey vehicle. And go ahead and roll investigation. Or no, perception. It's pure sight. Sorry.
Okay, perfect. I am better at weirdly
advantage.
better and and advantage.
Mm-hmm.
All right, boom. How's that 11 for you? With advantage.
All right, it's a lamprey ship. A few of you, Scrimshaw and Captain Soliana, know this one as a kind of a average fighter build with a decent cargo. The main thing is it has these teeth up front of it, and it will actually attack a ship and latch onto it so the ship can't escape from it. It is. Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say I'm gonna hand okay, you continue, and then I'm just gonna
All right.
hand the telescope to someone that will probably know more things.
The ship is painted green with making it look like it has scales, and you notice there's several lizard folk walking around it, about 6 or 7 walking on top.
Well, that's certainly on theme, isn't it? And I hand the telescope to Scrimshaw or Captain
All right.
Stoliana, whoever wants it. I'm like, someone else.
I'll take a peek at another one.
Yeah.
Could
All
I?
right. Going. Oh, that one down there.
Yeah, you said these ones down on the bottom aren't moving, right?
Nope.
Okay.
I wish
yeah.
they had a better picture of this, but it is a scorpion ship. And you see a bunch of Duragard gray dwarves running about that. 4 or 5 of them on top deck.
What color is it?
It's red,
Okay.
dark red. And I might as well go ahead and tell you the names of them. There's a chance you might see them, but we'll just go ahead on the lamprey. The first one you saw, that was Death Roll.
Death.
And this scorpion
Roll.
ship is Rock Crusher.
Ooh.
And once again, Scrimshaw and Captain Soliana would probably know the claws are really good for biting into a ship and doing some massive damage. And once again, ship can't escape. And I'll keep going on these. The second one is another scorpion ship, the Astral Claw. And once again, Duragard. Then you see
Astral Claw?
Astral Claw.
Okay.
And then you see another lamprey ship up here. Once again, painted green. It is Jaw Strike. And once again, full of lizardmen. And then up top, it is a Bombard, which is usually a gift ship. They are pretty exclusive about their ships and not wanting anybody else to have them. You saw one during the parade where just the front of the ship is nothing but a massive cannon. But on that one, you see a bunch of space clowns running around. Scrimshaw would know what a little bit about these things.
I don't like space clowns.
Yes, and you
Sounds
see
bad.
like it has a dragon head at the end of the cannon, but there's a great big red nose on it, and the hair is painted purple on the dragon. And the boat is just super colorful. I mean, it's up there with Tinkerdust level decorating. And you just see the clowns running around all over the place, chasing each other, trying to shoot each other with strange weapons they're carrying, and just having a glorious time running around the ship's deck. And you see about 10 or 11 of the space clowns on there.
What is that one called? name
And
of
that
that
one
ship.
is called the Wasted Weasel.
Okay.
So those are the 5 ships you see flying around at the moment.
What do we know about these space clowns other than just awful?
Let's see. You, Scrimshaw, and Tinkerdust can go ahead and roll for history, I guess.
All right.
Or trauma related to clowns. Right. Got it.
I got a 17.
19.
Ooh.
All
I
right.
did mine. Oh, 10.
There's a lot. So I'm just going to copy and paste some information over.
Mm-mm.
So yeah, space clowns. They're from Clown Space.
Mhm.
They took a lot of time to think up that name.
Yeah,
And
called that one in.
basically, they're a race that got addicted to elixir that was basically demon ooze, and they became addicted to it and became demons themselves. And now they crave humanoid flesh.
Hmm.
Cool.
I like the nectar of the bozo flower.
Yes, I A bozo flower.
Oh. Oh God. So sorry, which one is the space clowns on the map?
Up top.
Okay, so can we stay away from it? Can we stay away from there? So
Can we stay away from the flesh-eating clowns?
yeah, please.
Oh,
But they're so
fun.
colorful.
Tinkeردust doesn't even have flesh, and she's creeped out. So
Yeah. You could trade decorating tips, you know?
no,
All
no. Tinkeردust
right.
just has, I don't know what happened. Like, well, I'll have to think of why she hates them, but she knows very much about them. I'm assuming my creator, perhaps he used to put space clowns into the arena if he could capture them. So she's probably seen them do some pretty terrible things. So she is like forever, like they're specifically one of Tinkerdust's robot nightmares.
Mhm.
You don't need a reason to
That 19
dislike
was
space
yeah, that's
clowns.
true. Diana the player does not like clowns, so that is translating also into yeah.
It's sort of inherent in like any creature with a soul. It's just sort of in there. Like a repulsion to slimy things or something. It's like a, I don't know.
And Captain James McJamerson will remind you, you know, I can get you in there for a little bit with the invisibility, but I can only do it once per rest. And I'll actually put the mechanics in there because he can answer any questions you have. So I can do that for an hour, but I need a rest after that.
That one. Let's do that one.
Yeah.
So, Captain, what's your plan here? Take them on? Take them down?
So how would we get in? Which orifice would we use to get inside and dock?
Well, actually, I should have
meet the
added
queen.
on. You got the telescope right here. Chirp would point out that is where her mother's castle is at. Because, you
I
know,
can see my house from here.
you literally can.
The sparkly center.
Where did I put it? There we go. And looking down there, you will be able to see. Let's see. All right. Did the image of
Oh.
the castle come up?
Yeah.
All right. And yeah, Chirp's little home, modest. But yes, it is all crystals. You see there's more coloration and stuff. And you see a lot of the thri-kreen probably looking like little bitty bugs crawling around all over the place around the castle.
That's some of my 500 siblings.
Should we just go directly to your mother? How would you like to handle this?
Does she
I
have
mean,
like
we can't.
anti-aircraft things? Like, are we going to hit some sort of defense?
I mean, in theory, I'm not really, I kind of like slept through most of I don't sleep. I kind of just daydreamed through most of like the military briefings. And then I was told I didn't have to come back to anymore.
You have any way of getting a message to her or to your brother?
No.
Mm.
Well, what
So we're
about
not-
you? Do you have any way of talking to your folks?
Mm-mm. I got nothing.
Well,
Well,
we just
at
don't
least
want to
invisible?
land at a castle. Sorry, without,
Why not?
I don't know. What if they have cannons? Do they have cannons? Will they blow us out of the sky if we somehow immediately show up next to the castle? Are they expecting company?
I'm really sure. I mean, I'm sure they probably have like, but I mean, it's me. So maybe if like we're invisible and we go there and then I like jump off and I'm like, surprise, everybody, it's me. I wasn't captured. Also, we have Pop's arm in a bag.
I don't
We'll just wave that, and that'll be fine. That's how things work, right? Diplomacy.
All I can think of is Toy Story, Woody with Buzz Lightyear's arm.
Exactly.
Speaking only as a Hadozi, I would not trust another group of people approaching me waving a Hadozi arm at me.
I
Detached
can keep
from
it in the backpack if
Okay.
it comes down to it. We can give it to Pop privately. We put a spell on it so it's not rotting, right?
Yep, gentle repose.
That's it. We gentle reposed it.
Put 2
As
copper
long as,
pieces
like-
on its eyes.
But they're just taped on with glitter glue.
There's a few rhinestones on.
Oh my gosh. How does
Got
my
our.
birds
We got
work?
these. We have these amazing princess kimonos. I feel like if we show up looking this good, like they're gonna know that we're number one. We're with Chirp. We're her entourage, and number
And-
two, like we're serious, but we're not dangerous. Does this look dangerous to you? And there's like this tiny robot in a kimono covered in rhinestones.
If you have a nation's flag, we could like fly or something.
No, but once we're within 120 feet, I can just tell them who we are.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good plan.
What
Good plan.
is your Comet's relationship with these lizard folk? Why are they here?
I don't know. Maybe they're invited for a tea party. Mm.
Might be Mercs answering the Duragar summons.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, that would be bad.
Yeah, they are flying around the asteroid and do occasionally go by the 2 Scorpion ships, and there doesn't seem to be any issue or problem.
Okay.
They could be lost and asking for directions.
Trip, do your people have spelljammers?
We can
Okay.
get around a little bit, I guess. Not a lot. I mean, we just kind of hang out here, sort of, kind of. Again, I don't really like. I have other siblings who deal with like the Navy and stuff. I'm just more of like a. I don't really know what I do exactly. It's like diplomacy, but like the junior level diplomacy.
All right. What do people want to do? Want to just approach this castle?
Yeah,
Yeah, I
let's
guess
go meet your
so.
family.
I like the invisible, and then the Chirp psychically screaming that she's back, and we will not wave Pop's arm.
No.
We won't do that. We'll keep that in the backpack until an appropriate moment.
An
All right,
additional
Captain.
surprise for them.
So am I
Mhm.
dropping you off, or are we weighing anchor until the invisibility wears off and dealing with whatever happens then?
Oh,
I
We
was
could
just
go
gonna
in.
say doc.
yeah.
How would we call you back?
And Zebo,
I'm in the Kraken.
Captain, I made the sending stones. You can use one of those. We'll come for you if you need us.
You're not coming with us, Zebo. Mom is gonna want to meet you.
Oh, I like staying with my ship, mainly with all these hostiles around. Don't want anything to happen to my sweet Angelique.
Now, we should probably just dock. The alternative is getting dropped off where then the pirate vampire has our ship and we're not on it. So just saying that's the
Yeah.
other part of that. That he can turn invisible and then go anywhere and then we're stuck on, Chirp's asteroid.
Now, you
With the
do know
space
the ship
clouds.
will stick out as definitely noticeable by the other ships if it turns visible, even if it's docked down there by the crystals.
Could it go in like one of the little holes and hide in there?
What's in there?
Yeah,
Can it
she
go
would let you.
into an orifice.
It is. Chirp could let you know that's where the mushroom people live and where the plants grow that the thri-kreen eat. But the opening, no, you wouldn't be big enough to get a ship in there.
Okay.
Hmm.
Sorry, I switched keyboards and I can see that it's being noisy. I apologize.
Oh, I can't hear it.
Any of these craters large enough that we could at least like hide the ship in the shadow for a bit, and then we can take the Kraken over?
This one's probably the largest, and it's kind of on the edge where it's a little bit in the sun, but a lot in the darkness.
Yeah.
Yes, you could attempt that.
Okay.
How big around is this? Like, if we wanted to just walk across the surface, is this like
2 miles. I think I got it set up right. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
That's Surprisingly small.
Yeah.
Okay. That's doable.
So we hide. Do we need to take the decorations off the ship so it's a little less colorful? Because there's still like paper
That's up to
flowers
you.
and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah.
We might want to try to camouflage for when the invisibility wears off.
But they're not camouflage. I point to the colorful clown spaceship. We can't have them looking better than us.
Oh, they don't.
Yeah. The demon clouds running around make it less appealing than the sweet Angeli, even without the cool decorations.
Could we make the sweet Angeli look like it's covered in rocks? We have paper,
And glue?
paint, and
Paper
time.
mache!
We have time, you say?
Arts and crafts hour.
So
All right, so that's what you want to do.
Yeah, I think
Captain.
we'll tuck ourselves away in there.
Good idea,
right.
Captain.
We'll see.
Try and fly in unnoticed and
Yeah.
land. So go ahead and roll a stealth check with advantage.
who? All of us? Like a group?
Captain can.
Okay.
Ooh.
So it'd just be well, yeah, you're the captain, so just it'd be a straight D20.
Oh, so not with the modifier?
Um
It's not
only
much of a
thing would be
modifier.
proficiency. So
Okay.
whatever your proficiency bonus is, you can add that to it.
Okay. So this is with +3 then. So 12.
With advantage.
Oh. So 12.
Mhm.
All right. And then and the DC got changed because it was invisible also. So it doesn't seem like anything notices you. And
Okay.
you get into the asteroid over here and you try to get basically camouflage your ship.
Much as
So
we
who's
can.
in charge of camouflaging the ship?
Well, I'm
It's going to be a survival roll, just to let you know.
okay. Definitely. Tinkerdust is gonna help, but she's looking for guidance because she's good at like glittering a ship. She's not good at unglittering a ship. So you're just like get rid of the decorations.
I'm pretty good at survival.
All right, Captain.
Less so stealth.
You have
so
help.
Straight
So,
roll?
Yeah,
Oh,
advantage.
then with help.
And I think somebody said guidance as well. Very good.
So 26 then.
Holy crap.
Yeah.
7.
Yeah.
Damn.
And +4 from guidance.
You're
Hardly
like, this is
anybody
what
takes
dirt
survival.
looks like. I hate it. The turtles probably helped as well. 'Cause
Yeah.
I feel like they'd be like, because we're taking up like rock dust and stuff and rubbing it all over the ship, maybe.
Mhm. All right. So yeah, you get up, but you get off the ship, and the ship can't actually land because it's an actual like a ocean ship. So but it just you're having it hover a foot or two off the ground, and you disembark, and immediately you find the humanoids in the party, which are only 2 of you. As you come down, first you have trouble breathing, and mechanical wise, you will be at disadvantage for ability checks.
Okay.
And what you see when you get down there, what you're walking around on. Whoops, wrong thing. Show players.
Ooh.
If you've seen rock crystal caves like this, or yeah, the little bitty orange dots are people walking on them.
Yeah.
That's you walking around this place, and they are very sharp, very difficult for you to get around. For Chirp, this is natural, and her outer shell protects her. Same thing with Tinkerdust with her metal construction, and Flo just kind of rolls over it with ease. But the Herdozi
hand
and the
feet.
Astral Elf are moving half speed.
And
Ow,
feet.
ow, ow.
Do we put you in the Kraken and pull you behind us?
I would
think that's-
appreciate that.
I think we should summon the Kraken, and Tinkerdust and Flo and Chirp can pull the Kraken.
Maurice gets to ride the Kraken this time.
Reese gets to ride in the Kraken this time. Yeah.
He's leaning over the edge like his head's out the window. All right.
Yeah.
His tail's going. There's no breeze.
But he's
How
so
do you
happy.
even know about that?
He's the best boy. That's why. Oh.
Yeah, you will come up. You start seeing some little insects running around, but they're like dog size to like cat size. They're pretty decent size insects, but Chirp would just see them as no dogs and cats running around. It's not a big deal. But that, and where are you going to head? Are you going to head over towards one of the openings, or are you staying away and heading up the middle? I guess draw a path of where you're heading out of this crater.
I was figuring on heading towards the castle.
All right. But you're staying away from the two openings?
Yeah, it didn't sound like there was
Yeah.
a whole lot of reason to go directly there.
I mean,
So I think it'd be
mushroom
like
people-
this.
All right. Yeah, as you're going, it's kind of slow. But after a little bit, several of the thri-kreen spot you. And Chirp, where are you at?
Chirp is up at the front. She probably has like 3 isopods in her like arms at this point, like all of the little like baby animals. She's just like picking them all up and like snuggling them. And I imagine they're all like little crickets and little like isopods. And she's like, look at this one. And it probably has like big fangs or something, or like big mandibles. And she's like putting them up to everybody's face like they're adorable bunnies, but she's just so happy.
Yeah,
It's so
several of the thri-kreens. Actually, you see them coming over from an area where you see a bunch of these really beautiful spiders, about a foot to 3 foot across, and they are weaving webs between the crystals. And you notice it's this iridescent silk that reminds you of silk Chirp's clothing. And they seem to have several thri-kreen over there who's kind of herding them and directing their movement and gathering of the silk. But several of them come over, and suddenly you just hear a breakout of all these excited chirps and squeaks and everything. Chirp, you returned. Oh, glory, you returned. We were all worried that you wouldn't make it. Oh, we've been told that you brought help. All we need to survive. Quick, the queen must know. And immediately several of the thri-kreen just start charging off up towards the castle at full speed. And you start seeing a gathering of the thri-kreen coming out and just getting all excited. Yeah, Princess Chirp is back. She will save us.
Chirp
No
doesn't
pressure.
translate. She's like, this is fine.
You get up towards the castle and you come in, and there's a beautiful spiral staircase going up, and it actually has vines and flowers, but they're all made out of crystals, opal. It looks like opals. And to show that image. As you come in, it's very beautifully done. But yes, it looks like flowers, but when you get closer, the rose petals are made of rubies. As I said, the whites are opals shaped to look like flowers. And you see beautiful topazes and everything else. And everybody is scurrying around everywhere. They're super excited. And they march you straight into the main hall as the bunch of the thri-kreen have already started to gather. And Chirp, you see your mom sitting up there up top above the statue of your grandmother. You see the leader of one of the other houses, the one that worships Grumbar, the primal god of earth. And then on the other side, you see Pop, where the other house used to be. And it's kind of strange because they've never had a male sit up there before. But it seems like your brother has been elevated in status. And
I go to find his arm in the backpack.
I totally
Soliana
let
puts her hand out and just be like, well, hold on.
Oh, I gotta find your
Gentle
tokens.
repose.
Where did I last leave your tokens? Oh, 1 second. Got you scattered all over the place. And that was Flo. Who is that? That's Deltorn. Oh, there, Tinker Dust.
Deltorn is not coming here. Deltorn's meeting my
To ask,
mom.
oh, did he join us?
Mom would love Deltorn.
So he's not invited.
Okay.
Someone's
Yep.
got to keep an eye on our vampirate. So
Mhm.
that's Deltorn. Or is he looking after Gavin? Whatever. He's on babysitting duty.
Yeah. But you come in, the floor is made out of what looks like sapphires and topazes, yellow topazes doing the outlines. And the walls are once again the crystalline walls. And yes, you just see all the thri-kreen gathering on the sides, all excited. And you see Chirp's mother rise up. Or actually, they don't have chairs too often. The other thing Chirp would have noticed is that her illithid instructor, tutor, who was mostly kept in secret, is actually sitting down here. And evidently everybody knows about him now. Oh, were you bringing Puddles? Because Puddles was supposed to meet with the illithid. So would you
Yeah.
have brought him?
Are we? Yeah, okay.
I mean, you don't have
Would
to.
he have waited? Or would he have
He would go with whatever Chirp says. Chirp's his
Gosh,
friend.
Chirp on me. Chirp would do whatever the captain says.
Pass the buck.
pass it? Pass it.
Remind me of what this was again. I remember the ambassador.
Yeah, the ambassador illithid on the Rock of Brawl had sent Puddles to meet with this illithid to attempt to get him to go to a meeting that the ambassador was not able to go to.
Yes, we kind of need him.
Yeah, we could end up fetching him though if we needed to.
Mhm.
Yeah, we have to walk over all those rocks again.
We'd have to
Well,
bring
and
on
that
the
is a lot of
We
Kraken.
fun.
won't have to. We have the Kraken.
True.
Puddles is a little chaotic and unreliable at times. I think
Fair.
Solietta wouldn't opt to bring him right away and just bring him out later.
Makes sense. Okay. Then Chirp's mother. Greetings, my daughter, and welcome back. Tell us what you have brought to save us in these dark days.
Oh wow. Oh gosh.
How many ships? How many weapons?
How many ships? Oh goodness. Well, wasn't expecting this. There's a lot of you here. And she just kind of looks around. She looks at Flo. She looks at the captain. She looks at everybody else. And she's like, "There's a lot of people here. There's a big wow. Everybody's wearing like fancy important stuff. Okay. These are my friends from the Sweet Angelie." She like introduces everyone. She's like, this is Scrimshaw,
welcome.
and this is Tinker Dust, and this is Flo, and this is Captain Soliana. She's a captain.
I'm glad you are joining us, Captain Soliana. I hope you have a ship. We were told by Pop that Chirp was acquiring a great number of ships to help us in this battle.
I can confirm we have a ship.
What was the rest of it, though?
Bringing lots of ships. An armada to help. Maybe. Did we? I don't know. Like this is like I'm traveling with a lot of folks that like to sleep, and we're real tired from our journey. Do you think we could like have like a small meeting without all this pomp and circumstance and discuss things?
Of course, sure. We can do so. We shall adjourn and have a meeting to determine our war strategy, but my people now go and rejoice, for my daughter has returned, and with her shall come our victory over those who wish to take our home away from us. And they chirp, yay, chirp, all excited. All you hear is a bunch of chirps and squeals and stuff, and then they'll start filing out to let the rest of the thri-kreen nation know about Chirp's return.
Everybody, like everybody.
Well, I realized
Chirp.
I put about 30 of thri-kreen in there, which would have been 1% of the entire population of the place, because it's about 3,000 thri-kreen altogether.
Just like
Chirp,
meeting
when did you
family.
tell your brother that you were bringing a bunch of ships?
I mean, I recall a lot of things happened in the last few weeks. So,
Mhm.
I mean, I remember like trying to reassure him because he just lost an arm. It was very upsetting. I told him to go on ahead.
Yep.
And I mean,
remember that.
it's possible he may have interpreted that as meaning I was bringing a lot of ships. I don't directly recall promising anything.
So you didn't tell him specifically we were bringing a bunch of ships.
I don't think so. And Chirp just like you just see like the colors on her face are just like changing to like trying to match the floor so she could just blend in.
I know we wanted to get a few ships, but come on. We are so powerful. We don't need any other ships. We can take on anything.
No, we need other ships.
Yeah.
And they will come down to join you on the floor. I didn't make up a separate room for discussing everything.
We don't
now-
have anything for a bombard.
Now, your mother says that now that we are just a few of us, please tell me what we can expect with help with what is going on.
Yes, Captain Solian.
Oh boy. That's dirty. I don't know what has been discussed. We do have a ship. We are armed. Are you aware of the space clowns orbiting your asteroid?
I do not know what that is. I do know of the ships we've been seeing in the sky orbiting over.
Okay.
That have only arrived in the last several days.
Okay. I'm thinking maybe we could use the horrific space clowns against like the Dwargar. I don't know if you can see them in like the dark side of the comet or asteroid.
Yes, we have spies that have been keeping watch.
Yeah.
They do have 2 ships outside of their cavern, and we've seen 2 smaller ships flying in and out.
Okay. Do you know anything else about what's going on with them?
No, we have tried to talk with the mushroom creatures living in the asteroid. They are worried about them as well. Said that the Duragard had broken through several places in their tunnels, and they seem to be seeking out something within the tunnels itself.
Okay. Flo, do you know anything about what might be in the tunnels?
Okay, seriously, does Flo actually know anything about what's in the
The
tunnels?
only thing you really know and focus on was where you came through a large portal. And that is the main thing you know about. And you do, for some reason, you felt like your job in life was to guard that portal. And you did that for several weeks. And
What's your job
then
in
you
life
went
when you did it for a
wandering off
couple
when you heard
weeks?
some noise.
I get distracted very easily, as you've seen.
What's on the other side of that portal?
You don't
I don't
remember.
know. I remember pretty lights. That's it. Really like
Okay.
the portal though.
Could you lead us back there?
Yeah, I could totally do that.
Why? Is
That
that what?
might be what they're after.
Okay.
If they're busting around in the asteroid. Seems like a
And you
reasonable
do
target.
know that before you killed the gray dwarf on the Rock of Brawl, the plan was for them to gather ships and leave the Rock of Brawl 2 days from now, and it would take about 2 days for them to arrive here. So you're guessing whatever they're going to do is in about 4 days' time.
Okay. I'll tell the queen we can probably expect them to have reinforcements in about 4 days. So we might want to organize some kind of move against them before that. Are your people trained in like militarily trained? Do you have weapons?
The thri-kreen used to be a very warlike society and the greatest warriors that you can imagine. But since arriving almost 1,000 years ago on Catal here, we have had little need to fight and have focused more. Once we learned how to survive here, we focused more on learning and educating our people, since there was little need for battle. But we
Magic?
have started to try to build weapons and train our people as best we can. There is some like myself who, for some reason, are able to pull magic from the crystals. And I can help defend like with that, but it is limited to only about 3 of us.
Looking back on my notes, the note said that the Duergar have secured a portal and it's full of basilisks.
No, they hadn't secured it. Well, no,
Oh.
I remember the note. Yeah. It said they had secured it. And yes, there were some basilisks.
Mhm.
So she is correct. That was one of the notes.
Yep. We only have one ship. There aren't other ships.
Yep.
Oh, that's very distressing. They have at least 7. Are you a very good captain?
I haven't been doing this very long. If I'm being honest. I've sort of voluntold into this position.
They have 7. We've seen 5.
Yes.
Yeah.
But she mentioned that she had saw 2 smaller ships flying in and out.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah.
Would the dwarves have been able to like hire those space clowns?
Why else are they here?
I don't know. I kind of imagined them being like uncontrollable and maybe they hadn't noticed the dwarves. I was thinking about trying to like pull
Go ahead and give
aggro and
a
deliver it to
insight.
the dwarves.
Do an insight
Um,
roll. Captain Sorlian.
11.
11.
Yep.
Once again, it was a 10 DC, so
Ooh.
fortunately, but I'll give you. But a little bit. You do recall you've had some encounters with demons recently. That may be associated with the Duergar.
Definitely remember that.
And the space clowns are demons.
Yes.
Okay.
That are addicted to thrill joy
Yes. And eating human flesh.
and
Mhm.
eating
Humanoid.
human flesh.
Humanoid.
Mhm.
So yeah, I mean, Chirp, Flo, and Tinker Dust, no worries. It's all good.
I can wild shape.
Cool. We'll just have to to get into a protective form a protective circle around our squishy folks.
Mhm.
Do you have a map of like the tunnels here? Is there anything that we could peruse?
No, they do not allow us to go besides the main chamber when you go in. That is all they allow us to go. They have always refused to allow us to go further into it or explore it in any way.
The Myconids refused?
Yes.
Okay.
They've always been very protective. I'm surprised to hear this one has ever been inside the caves.
Yep. They let me
Who's
stay
from
there.
down there?
Have a home. Although, yeah, they didn't like me exploring around too much. They said to scare away anyone else who tried to get into. But they like their privacy.
Well, sounds like our next step should be to talk to the Myconids.
That if you could get their help, it would be greatly appreciated. They've helped us survive here. We would not have in the beginning if they had not helped us. But they have also been absolutely unwilling to allow us to go any further than just right around the entrances into their tunnels. So, but we have never known them to be under any kind of distress before, which it definitely sounds as if they are. So I have gone to great lengths to train my daughter in diplomacy and hoping to deal with other races as we have found great success here and now seek to go elsewhere. So I'm sure she will be quite helpful in such discussions.
Bunch of friends, Mom. Made so many friends. Absolutely. Just none of them have good ships.
Yep. Do the Myconids have any kind of defensive technology? Like, are they?
Our dealings with them, whenever they would get upset or we would push too far, they would use spore clouds that would result in our people falling asleep or being coughing and choking to the point that we had to leave the areas. They have never done anything that caused actual physical damage, but they also seem quite able to have stop anyone before using non-harmful tactics. But evidently that has not been working out with the Duergar.
Flo, do you have any contacts with them? Any particular contacts?
Just a little bit of talking. They're happy to see you. They're fine with you staying where you're at. And once you explain what you're doing, they're good job. Keep it up.
Pretty much, yeah. I mean, they were all pretty friendly, but nothing special.
Okay. What would be the best way for us to make contact with them? And she'll turn to the queen to ask that.
She will, if you go this way up past the castle, this seems to be the main entrance where the largest amount of the Fungaloid people and their leaders seems to be at most of the time. If you wish, you can progress up there and hopefully make contact with them, and maybe you can find out some information to help us. Now, what do you have for a ship? What capabilities? Do you need help from us thri-kreen with anything we could do to help you with your ship?
I don't know. So far, we seem to have been able to hide it in a crater nearby, seemingly successfully for the moment, at any rate. What do you think you could do?
If you need extra personnel,
okay.
My people are quick to learn. If
Okay.
you have anything that they could do.
And you turn it into a bombard.
I mean,
don't know
if we
what
can
that
get
is.
thri-kreen onto the ship firing the weapons if it comes to it, then we can also pull Deltorn and others off the ship to I know.
No substandard birds are gonna be coming into the palace.
They might be able to help us. And like I figure if it becomes a naval battle we've already lost, we want to do this like guerrilla style in the tunnels and harassing them and ruining their day. Which like getting Deltorn and others, our turtles, might be very helpful for that. So yeah, we have a little ship that we'll want to send back to. We have a little boat.
Oh yes, I saw it, and several
yes.
others pointed it out.
Yeah, we'll want to send that back over anyways and fetch someone from the ship who has a meeting with this gentleman, and I'll gesture at the Illithid. We'll want to have a bit of a chat too, and we can send some of your thri-kreen there to start getting trained up on those weapons.
Most excellent. Yes, let's do it as soon as possible.
Okay. Send them right back with the ship.
All right. And are you ready to proceed?
Hold on.
We gotta go fetch Puddles.
Yes, we're sending the boat back to get Puddles and bring the thri-kreen.
Waiting for him to return.
Yeah. Well, we can broach the subject now. I assume. I don't remember the ambassador's name at this point.
Let's just say Bob.
Bob.
Unless you want to look up notes on.
I'll turn to the tutor and say, when we'd spent some time on the Rock of Brawl, we got to know Ambassador Bob a little bit.
Ishathrendra.
There it is. Yeah.
We got to know the ambassador a little bit, and he wants you to attend a meeting where we're getting Puddles, who I think maybe can talk to you about that in a little bit more detail.
I was not aware that that individual knew of my location here. But this Puddles, yes, I will listen to what he has to say and determine what course of action to take next.
Okay.
Tell me, Chirp, did you find your encounters with other Illithids to be as you had it here?
Everybody was so nice. They were so nice. Weren't they friends? They were just the ambassador was just so nice. He let us, we helped him save his brain puppy. And everybody was, the Illithid that kicked a brain puppy was not nice, but everybody else was so nice. Oh, there was a couple of fellas that were causing harm to people in a basement. That was not okay and not cool. But everybody else was so just the nicest. They let us hang out with them. We're best friends now. They entrusted us with so many jobs. I bet they might even come and help us. That would be so cool. Get a big Nautilid showing up and a bunch of mind flayers just hanging out and saving the day, doing what mind flayers do, rescuing people and just saving the day and leading the way to making everything better and friendship.
No, they went to their home planet.
Yeah, that they did do that. Yeah, that happened as well.
Well, I look forward to hearing of all your stories of exploration. While you've been gone, I have missed you greatly.
Too. And Chirp gives him a big hug.
Ah, Lithid gives you a little one right back.
Everybody was so mean. Why is everybody outside so mean?
You have lived a blessed life here on your remote asteroid, but I feel that time has come to an end unless we act quickly. And you're just going to hang out at Chirp's home while you wait for Puddles to return?
Yeah, I think so.
You want to talk to Pop?
Back his arm. Yeah, I'm going to give Pop back his arm. You're look what we got.
Pull it out of his backpack.
Thank you.
We do want to ask Pop where he got the idea that we were bringing a bunch of ships, though.
Chirp said she was staying behind and that she would find help for us and find allies. That's why she didn't return with me, right?
Mm.
Or was there other reasons for you not returning, Chirp?
Definitely not high anxiety in the friendship that I met on the Sweet Angelie. Absolutely not.
He just shakes his head.
Because we
And-
might have.
Can you imagine somebody having their arm ripped off and you come up 2 weeks later and hand it back to them? I mean, it's just, what do you do with that?
Is his arm still detached or is it like molted back?
Well, he has a little thing over, a little cap.
Oh.
But we gentle reposed it.
That would be very traumatic, getting handed back a body part. Am I supposed to?
Maybe Zebo can reattach it.
Do you have, yes, do you have someone who could do something with this? Usually once they're removed, you don't put them back on.
Well, I mean,
Zebo can't. We went to a specific guy for that, and then
No,
he's gone because he's a criminal.
he
No.
was doing bad things.
Did we kill him? I felt like, did we kill him? Or did
No,
somebody
but
else
we
kill him?
sent a bunch of halfling vigilantes to his base. So
that situation got really confusing because he was our friend, but he wasn't our friend, but he kind of was still our friend, but not.
he wasn't a friend. No,
So definitely not a friend.
no. Definitely just a criminal.
I mean, we
And
did let
and
him
Is that
put.
a lie or the truth? 'Cause Chirp taught me that everyone lies.
Only when they're scared.
I don't know that he ever lied. I mean, he did his job. He just also was a bad person.
Terrible. He was pretty
It's like
terrible.
taking people's body parts and selling them.
So that he could give them to other people who were paying him money. So for the people who had money, he was definitely helpful.
Yeah, but that's like
Yeah, it's bad. Really bad.
You should just put this arm on a shelf and then when we
taking
meet, like,
things
a
that
cleric,
don't belong to you to
Sure.
fence them is not a good thing, even though the people who buy the fenced objects want them. So,
So, Pop, why do you sit in a fancy throne? Like, what's going on? Like, what did I miss? It's like super comfy.
I have been, Mother has asked me to take over war prep for everything with the upcoming battles. We did have the incident with the two other member of the other tribe of thri-kreen.
mhm.
And
So you got rid of them.
What's that?
You got rid of them?
Fortunately, we're able to manage it without bloodshed. But she has now been in prison. And her people have joined us. Although the alliance we needed to make with the second village, many more have fallen or began worshiping the god Grumbar.
Is that bad or good? Who's Grumbar?
I'm not sure if Scrimshaw would know, but
Yeah, I don't know who
Capsulian would
Grumbar
probably
is.
know. He is the ancient greater god of Earth. You basically have the 4 elemental gods, primordial elemental gods, and he's one of them, and he's known as the uncaring one. So people worship
Little
him, but
cold.
they don't expect him to do anything. So
Yes, that's kind of nice.
yeah.
Right?
Low pressure.
Yeah.
It's all about managing your expectations.
Yeah. Yeah. Moves as quickly as stone as far as taking action. And yes, so Pop is now in charge of the defenses. And
Such as they are.
yes. But after a little while, the Kraken will. Well, who did you send, or did you send a message to tell them they're coming, or?
Just sends a bunch of
A
bugs with
bunch
our
of
ship.
thri-kreen show up with the Kraken.
I assume, did we
With a
send
note.
sending stone?
They can just hold it.
Right,
only
we
have
have a
one use a
sending
day
stone.
with one use a day, I think.
Yes, that's
Is
why
the
I'm
thing.
asking if you used it for that or.
We'll send Maurice back on the boat, just hanging out. So everyone's like, okay,
He
this
gets
is
another
fine.
ride.
Okay, I have a Sharpie. We can write
Write
something
on
on
Maurice?
Maurice. Yeah.
Just tattoo it on his arm.
Yeah, little Sharpie tattoo.
That doesn't at all look like we're in distress.
Yep,
No.
not at all. We're fine. We are fine.
Oh, geez. Let's see. I'm trying to think of all the NPCs, if any of them can cast speak with animals. All right. And
No, I mean we can write a note on Maurice or paper.
yeah.
And have it like in his mouth. He spits it out for them. Please send Puddles. Teach these folks how to use the weapons.
And that's what you need. Yeah, that's it. Send Puddles back. All right.
Send Puddles, send the Turtles as well. Also send Maurice back.
Oh,
teach
you want
the
the
thri-kreen?
turtles?
Yeah, I think so.
Maurice?
Yeah, I started to write Del Tord, and then I think I got like an elbow from Chirp and just like scratch that out.
Or
Okay.
elbows.
So many elbows. Who else? Is there anyone else? We want Puddles, the Turtles, not Deltorn.
Zebo?
Zebo staying.
Okay.
Zebo probably wants to stay. He did initially.
But we need Zebo for the arm, don't we?
No,
I don't think
Zebo
can
can't do
magic.
anything.
Okay.
Tinkerdust gets confused with like flesh and like robotic parts sometimes because she
Why can't you just screw that back on?
just put it back on. Like to me, Tinkerdust handing this the
The threads
thri-kreen.
are stripped, tinker dust. Won't fit.
Yep.
Why can't they just make arms when they need them, like I do?
Yeah. Zebo might be able to help him out with like a prosthetic though.
It's
a really
true.
cool prosthetic.
It's true. Probably
So
not in
yeah.
4 days.
Probably not in 4 days. And we probably need his help on other stuff, but in the future.
Yeah.
Well, you know he has a bunch of them there on the ship in his workroom. He has multiple because he needed them and
That's
other
true.
crew members needed them.
Yeah, actually.
So he does
yeah.
have prosthetics that could help out.
Okay, so we'll ask Tazebo to come back as well, with an assortment of prosthetics.
Just
Yeah.
for consult.
Signal us when we're leaving an arm.
But we are leaving aboard our ship the vampire, Gavin, and a bunch of bugs.
Bring the
Lonely
vampire.
people.
And
And
Deltorn.
Del Toro.
Del Toro,
Rose
okay.
Petal.
But
But also,
babysitter.
like Professor Beatty is the one who actually moves the ship.
Yep.
And we'd already warned him about our concerns, and he's just not going to probably.
Well, why don't we bring Captain James McJamerson with us? Like I feel like we could
That's
use
true.
a vampire if we're gonna
Yeah.
go into like tunnels with portals and Dwergar, who he could eat. Like we could
Okay.
feed
Yeah,
him this way.
That's true. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
Go ahead and do an insight on that one.
And definitely make sure Gavin's just like barred into his
Fuck.
room.
I got a 9. Oh no!
Good plan.
Yeah.
Super excited. This plan is gonna work really
Fun of
well.
it.
We could
You
bring
know-
Gavin here and he could just hang out at the castle.
I'm reminded of what a Toro parable about a sack of grain and a goose and a fox and like going back and forth across the river.
Grimshaw, maybe you should do an insight check about this plan.
See if you can get a
Since you're-
10 and then you got a straight.
Not super great at it.
Because yeah, so far as usual, barbarians killing it with that
Yep.
-1.
Me too.
I got a
Yeah.
17.
Oh, thank goodness.
Scrimshaw, you just remember when Captain James McJamerson came out on the floating castle that all the animals ran and hid and the dryad got kind of upset.
Mm.
Now,
All
you're
the
not
nature-based
sure how
mushroom
the-
people
Yeah.
probably won't like him.
Well, maybe not. A lot of fungus stuff is related to dead things, so you don't
True.
know.
Can he go out in the sun? There's
Yes.
like, we're on the sunny side. Okay.
Yep, doesn't seem to bother him at all.
Okay.
Let's bring him out.
Look, what's the worst that could happen?
We can just leave him here if the Myconids won't deal with him.
He's a nice guy.
All right. Sometime between now and next session, just type out who you want. You can say all turtles and then whatever else.
Okay.
The only person left in the boat is Deltor.
Del Toro.
Gavin. Gavin.
Oh God.
And a whole bunch of thri-kreen that we're sending back.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
I
got
don't think-
Rose Petal back there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
All right. But yeah, Puddles will show up with the well, you can only put 6 people in there.
We're gonna do a few trips back and forth.
Yep. So he shows up with quite a few of the turtles, and then you send back one of the turtles to go grab the others. And yeah, Puddles. Hi, Chirp, what's going on? Did you see it? Oh, hi, Mr. Illithid. I need to talk to you. And he'll see if he can excuse him and the Illithid to go talk in private.
That's not ominous at all.
If you make any comment, oh, I don't want to, but that's what the ambassador said, and I don't want to upset the ambassador because I made a promise. I want to keep a promise.
Respect your privacy, absolutely.
All right. And they'll head off into another room and have actually they can have a discussion right there because it's telepathic. So
I was gonna see if Chirp wanted me to spy on them, but I can't.
yeah, telepathy can be a pain at times.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I
I'm gonna
mean,
watch their expressions really closely.
Wait, I've got this brain worm. Hold
Yeah.
on. I was like, wait. I've got
Detect
a
thoughts.
yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm looking for earworm, not brainworm, but basically brainworm.
Little Miss
Okay.
Cerebellum.
Yes, cerebellum.
Yes, Governor. What can I
I'm
do
kind
for
of
you?
curious. I'm kind of curious about what's going on. There's like an illithid and a brain puppy that's riding in a Githyanki warrior's body right now.
Ooh, that's a lot.
Um,
Yes.
Yeah, there's a lot going on. I would like to detect what's going on in Puddles' brain, if that's possible. I think Puddles would be the easier. I know him, and I'm really looking more for like, is Puddles panicking? Like, is Puddles upset? But I like just like, I guess the high level. I don't want to like probe or anything, but
Yeah, you don't get the direct telepathic speech, but
yes,
you do
but
get
just
the thoughts. And okay, you do that on Puddles.
on Puddles, yeah.
Yeah, and you can choose. You can just have it work, getting the surface thoughts, or you can try to go deeper, but then they get a saving throw and might detect you trying it.
Just surface thoughts. I don't want him to know. And I feel a little bit bad, but I'm also like a little bit concerned because we don't know a lot about what's going on. So I'll look at the captain and be like, should cerebellum? Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and
Captain just nods.
cerebellum. Oh, yes. Little juicy gossip, but yes, it seems like well, first he seems very upset. Evidently, the Illithid is very upset that his location was known by other Illithids. Yeah, the thoughts of Puddles is trying to calm him down and everything else. Tells him you get the something about other Illithids coming to this sphere and trying to prevent that from happening. And then also about the ambassador is extremely worried about him being killed by other Illithids, and he is seeking allies to help support him. And eventually it seems like Puddles is really happy because the other one seems to be agreeing, at least for the moment, to help. And then Puddles turn, okay, we're all good. We're going to have to go now. I hate to leave you. I wish I could stay and help, but me and my new friend here need to be going.
You have a
How-
way to
Yeah.
to do
How?
that?
Oh yes, lithids are very talented at being able to travel the plains when needed.
Mm.
And the lithid tutor will tell Chirp, I guess we'll have to wait to listen to your stories for another time. But please do be safe.
You too. Don't want anything bad happen.
Oh no.
Take good care of Puddles.
I wish I was going into battle. Unfortunately, it'll just be a bunch of talking and dealing with others of my own.
So many meetings that could have been an email.
Yep, absolutely. That's definitely the feel you get. And he will then cast Plane Shift. And him and Puddles will poof out.
Just casually gas plane shift. We definitely could have used him. Damn it.
Yeah, I was just thinking that's like we should have waited.
Yeah.
Yeah, but his thing was on a timetable as well,
It was on a timetable. Yeah.
and would have involved a lot of mind flayers coming here.
Yep.
Well, not here specifically, but here
But to our plane.
as a
Yes.
general.
Maybe,
Yeah.
you don't know, somewhere. Somewhere where there's a lot of juicy brains for them to eat. So who knows?
Mm-hmm.
It'll
Brain
lead to a
flurries.
peaceful resolution.
So to what end exactly are we talking to these mushroom folks who seem to also be under duress from the attack? Like, even if we get them on our side, they seem to be under the gun as well. And it's not like the mushroom folk will have a secret, powerful ship
They
that
might. We don't
can-
know.
fight space clowns and
They got spores. Maybe they have something more addictive than that thrill juice. Or we can make them sleep.
They might
probably
have
have
more
Maybe they
information.
have the flowers. You can be like, I can hook you up, you know.
They
Mm.
must have magical mushrooms down there.
Yeah,
Get them into some microdosing, you know?
it's all good.
I think mostly I just want to talk to them to see what sort of resources they could be and what they have available. They're also having a bad time with these Dwargar. I kind of think that the thri-kreen thing is entirely BS, is just an attempt to get people out to deal with whatever's going on in the asteroid. So the Myconids should be pretty invested in that as well. And if they've got any kind of resources or even just maps, so we can figure out how to run like a guerrilla war against the Dwargar, it's probably our
And
best bet.
Just
When-
access to the
We're
tunnel.
like 2 days out from
4 days, I
4
think.
days.
4.
Yeah.
Yeah, now 3.5.
Do we know any like large ports where we could hire people that are like a few days out from here? I guess.
Rocket
Sorrel's not
Brawl.
that far.
2 days
Yeah,
out.
no, I mean we wouldn't get back in time. It would have to be like a day and a half out and then a day and a half back.
Yeah, and same thing
How
with
far are we from
Stardock.
Toro? How far are we
Is
from
it?
Stardock?
About the
1.5?
same.
Day and a half.
Not enough time.
There aren't
What does
any
it
people that
take-
wanted to help us.
What does it take to like uninstall a Spelljammer in a Spelljammer and reinstall it in an asteroid?
We need a helm.
Yeah, the Spelljammer helm. What does it take? Does Professor Beatty want to pilot an asteroid? Because yes, I think the answer
Sibo's
is
here,
me.
right? We brought
The two of you can
Sibo
do an
over.
Arcana check.
Okay.
Scrimshaw and actually Tinker Dust as well.
They're
Yeah,
just looks at the
good at Arcana.
statues
I
and
don't
the
think-
bones.
I don't think we could fly
Sorry
a
for
whole
that.
asteroid.
That floating
I can
island
fly
was a whole
any
Spelljammer
island.
itself.
Tinker Death.
I got a
Captain
19.
Soliana, from your
Yeah.
experience, you would need, while it's possible, you've probably seen objects larger than this flying, entire elven societies flying on giant moth ships that are probably about this big. But you need a greater helm,
Okay.
something much more powerful than what is normally doing on a ship.
Okay. We need some pretty good upgrades.
How long would it take to
What
build?
does it take to upgrade?
That's a little beyond your knowledge.
That's fair.
Beyond Zebo's knowledge.
I think we need to actually obtain a helm that powerful.
Mm.
Probably. Even if we could eventually build it, it probably would not be in the next 4 days.
Yeah.
And in the very beginning, you found a ship in the shape of a tortoise from the Feywild, and it had 5 different chairs linked. And it wasn't massive in size, but it was capable of traveling through planes. And so in order to have that capability, it had special helm for it.
And even then, couldn't the other ships just keep up with a flying asteroid and then still attack us while we're in motion?
Potentially, yeah.
But they wouldn't be expecting it, so we might have a little time.
They
To
start
sneak
getting
away.
close. So, like, the way the gravity planes work, if you were just a giant asteroid, you win, full stop. And then when they're getting close, you're just like, hey, it'd be fun.
I don't know that that's how that works.
Yeah. The gravity plane shifts the moment the 2 objects touch. So whichever one has the bigger gravity plane wins. So like when your ship came in, because I was doing this in my head as you're saying it, yeah, you would shift over to its gravity plane. But since you're on a ship going down, you really wouldn't notice a difference.
Oh, can we go check out your house?
Yeah, we gotta go and see how they're doing.
Do you have like cool
Mhm.
stuff? Like check out like your like collection of like cool rocks and things.
All right. And after you do all the back and forth with the Kraken, are you going to take the Kraken? Or hoof it?
For- How far would we have to hoof it to the entrance?
Quarter mile.
Yeah, we should probably bring the Kraken
Yeah.
with
Yeah.
our squishies.
If we have
Yeah.
like bug dogs and cats, do we have like bug horses or the like giant crickets we can ride?
No, none of them are that big. Sorry.
Bad.
Can you tie them to like the Kraken,
Like a sled,
like
Bunch of
sled
the
dogs?
bugs.
sled dogs.
Sure.
Yes,
Do you
sled.
have any bigger siblings?
I mean, I'm pretty small.
Like Umber Hulks.
Umber Hulks.
I just want to be carried around by my siblings.
It's like a piggyback ride.
It is. Thri-kreen have lots of arms. They could probably piggyback you.
Chirp just wants the chair with the 2 poles coming out and them up on the shoulder, carrying their princess.
Pelican, yeah.
Saying it might be strategic, a little bit more mobile than the Kraken.
Why don't you guys
Ah.
just walk like normal people? Like, just walk with your feet. You're always complaining about me taking the elevator.
You saw like
Pointy.
how that it was not a good scene. It was real tough to walk on all of that for me.
Scrimshaw has hand feet. Look at her hand feet. They're so delicate.
So many nerve endings.
So many nerve endings.
All right. You're going to go head up to the fungus people.
Yeah.
And head out that
That's
way. And we
Yeah.
have to call it early. Somebody has plans. And that works out good for me because I was like, oh, do I have to get, what if they choose this other path or this other path? I could see like 5 different paths. Now we know at least one of them. So, all right.
Mushroom
What
people.
are our other paths?
All kinds of, you could have just gone straight for the Duragard. You could have gone for the ships.
That's fair. The space clowns.
Could have attacked the ships. You could have gone
Lizard
trying to
people.
talk to them. Could have done
Make
all kinds.
friends.
Parlay with the
distract
space
them.
clowns.
Or
We could
ram into them
probably-
invisible,
Mm-hmm.
That would be fun.
I mean, that's how my ship got destroyed in the first place.
Yep.
Yeah.
Wait, how?
The ship, the Sweet Angeli, rammed into the side of it.
Oh,
A bunch of
right.
elves got captured.
Right.
Yeah, a great time.
All right. Thanks for watching. Really short. Glad everybody showed up. Take care.
Bye.
All right. Yep.